Jerry Mashesky here with Balanced Community Slack Science. I'm in the office today. I'm going to go over a quick tip here on the front pin and how to secure it to your WebLock such that you won't lose it when you're rigging. This is really useful for those times on the high line or in the park and you don't really have too much room for rigging, or you only have access to use one hand, and you're trying to fiddle with the device. Maybe you take out the pin and you drop it. That would be a bad situation. So we're going to go over a few different ways to tie a string to the front pin so that you don't lose it while you're rigging. So there was a recent discussion on the Slack chat that was trying to decide what the purpose of this little hole in the front pin is for. And this is exactly what it's used for. It's to tie off the front pin so that you don't lose it. Now, since the WebLock works with a number of connectors, there's a few different ways that you can tie it off. For all the different methods, I'm using 2mm Dyneema cord, as you can see here, which fits perfectly through that front hole, or the hole in the front pin there. So the first method I'd like to show you is a way that you can just tie it off straight to the body of the WebLock. And so it doesn't really matter which connector you're using in this case, because you're just attaching it to the body right there. As you can see, I've tied a boolean knot here in this cord. Boolean, however you want to say it. And then on the other side, I have just an overhand on one side and then another overhand on the other side. And that will allow the pin to rotate without this little cord twisting up, which can be an issue sometimes. This because the cord can rotate inside the hole there. If you watch it, as I spin, the cord is rotating with or against my spinning, preventing any twisting in the cord. And like I said, it's good for not losing that pin. And this is back far enough so that it won't get in the way when you're loading the webbing in there. Another way to tie it off using the Van Beest bolt type shackle, 5/8 bolt type, is to go straight to that cotter pin. You don't want to tie to the hole that the cotter pin is in, because then you won't be able to remove the pin. You'll have to unscrew the nut and it'll be on the cord, and you try to pull out the pin there and it won't work. So I would suggest going to the cotter pin there, and that actually makes it so that you don't lose the cotter pin as well. So when you pull it out, you can let it hang while you undo your shackle. And as long as you don't pull the front pin and the cotter pin out at the same time, you won't lose either of them. So that's a good method to use. And the last method has to do with using 7/16 bow shackle, and you can just go straight to that hole in the pin there, also with a bowline knot, or any knot will really work there, figure 8, overhand, whatever. But again, the method I've used here with an overhand on both sides, that's the best way to prevent any twisting while you're pre-tensioning your line. See, I could spin it super fast there, and it's really not getting in the way too much. So you could pre-tension as much as you want and not have any twist in this line. It's a good way to do it. Hope that helps some of you guys. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments below. Thanks for watching.